This is where the teacher will share their screen and show you what to do. When the teacher is showing you how to do something, you should make this video box go into full screen by clicking on the full screen icon here. Try it now and this video should get bigger and cover your whole screen. When the lesson starts, you will see all the steps for the lesson appear here. These are the steps you need to follow to create the project, and the teacher will guide you through each of these step by step. Though if you wish to go ahead and follow them yourself, that's no problem. You will normally be working with two tabs, one tab for the instructions and one tab for creating the code and your project. When you have completed a step, come back to the Instructions tab and click on this green Done button. You get an award and learning points for each step you complete. Under the video box, you will see what step the teacher is currently on. Under that, you will see the chat feed. The chat feed shows you how everyone is doing, and you can put your own entries into it by clicking on the blue chat button and entering your question or message. Or you can give a quick thumbs up or down, or even put in emojis by using the green React button. After the teacher has shown you how to do a step, click on the Exit Full Screen button to make the video go back small. Try it now. Okay, that's it for the instructions. We can't wait to see what you create. And remember, you can always come up with your own ideas and add them into your project. If you do want to share your project and your own ideas, you can do that using the purple button at the bottom of the lesson. We often show the best ones at the start of the next class. Okay, today's lesson is going to start in a few minutes, so strap in and get ready to code. Hey everyone, we'll be starting the live lesson shortly, but before we do, let's go over a few instructions on how live lessons work and how you can join in. First of all, let's talk about the teacher's video box. This is the video box that I'm in and that you're looking at right now. This is where the teacher will share their screen and show you what to do. When the teacher is showing you how to do something, you should make this video box go into full screen by clicking on the full screen icon here. Try it now and this video should get bigger and cover your whole screen. When the lesson starts, you will see all the steps for the lesson appear here. These are the steps you need to follow to create the project, and the teacher will guide you through each of these step by step. Though if you wish to go ahead and follow them yourself, that's no problem. You will normally be working with two tabs, one tab for the instructions and one tab for creating the code and your project. When you have completed a step, come back to the Instructions tab and click on this green Done button. You get an award and learning points for each step you complete. Under the video box, you will see what step the teacher is currently on. Under that, you will see the chat feed. The chat feed shows you how everyone is doing, and you can put your own entries into it by clicking on the blue chat button and entering your question or message. Or you can give a quick thumbs up or down, or even put in emojis by using the green React button. After the teacher has shown you how to do a step, click on the Exit Full Screen button to make the video go back small. Try it now. Okay, that's it for the instructions. We can't wait to see what you create. And remember, you can always come up with your own ideas and add them into your project. If you do want to share your project and your own ideas, you can do that using the purple button at the bottom of the lesson. We often show the best ones at the start of the next class. Okay, today's lesson is going to start in a few minutes, so strap in and get ready to code. Hey everyone, we'll be starting the live lesson shortly, but before we do, let's go over a few instructions on how live lessons work and how you can join in. First of all, let's talk about the teacher's video box. This is the video box that I'm in and that you're looking at right now. This is where the teacher will share their screen and show you what to do. When the teacher is showing you how to do something, you should make this video box go into full screen by clicking on the full screen icon here. Try it now and this video should get bigger and cover your whole screen. When the lesson starts, you will see all the steps for the lesson appear here. These are the steps you need to follow to create the project, and the teacher will guide you through each of these step by step. Though if you wish to go ahead and follow them yourself, that's no problem. You will normally be working with two tabs, one tab for the instructions and one tab for creating the code and your project. When you have completed a step, come back to the Instructions tab and click on this green Done button. You get an award and learning points for each step you complete. Under the video box, you will see what step the teacher is currently on. Under that, you will see the chat feed. The chat feed shows you how everyone is doing, and you can put your own entries into it by clicking on the blue chat button and entering your question or message. Or you can give a quick thumbs up or down, or even put in emojis by using the green React button. After the teacher has shown you how to do a step, click on the Exit Full Screen button to make the video go back small. Try it now. Okay, that's it for the instructions. We can't wait to see what you create. And remember, you can always come up with your own ideas and add them into your project. If you do want to share your project and your own ideas, you can do that using the purple button at the bottom of the lesson. We often show the best ones at the start of the next class. Okay, today's lesson is going to start in a few minutes, so strap in and get ready to code. Hey everyone, we'll be starting the live lesson shortly, but before we do, let's go over a few instructions on how live lessons work and how you can join in. First of all, let's talk about the teacher's video box. This is the video box that I'm in and that you're looking at right now. This is where the teacher will share their screen and show you what to do. When the teacher is showing you how to do something, you should make this video box go into full screen by clicking on the full screen icon here. Try it now and this video should get bigger and cover your whole screen. When the lesson starts, you will see all the steps for the lesson appear here. These are the steps you need to follow to create the project, and the teacher will guide you through each of these step by step. Though if you wish to go ahead and follow them yourself, that's no problem. You will normally be working with two tabs, one tab for the instructions,
Hey everybody, hi, how are all the coders this week? The Real Gamer keeping the real time of the countdown there. Thanks very much for that big entrance coming on to online today. I see lots of people who I've seen before on this stream, and I'm seeing a lot of people who are brand new to the stream doing it for the first time. Everybody's more than welcome here. I hope you're ready for a great lesson today. We've got a really cool lesson today. It's like something that could be on the App Store, something you could play on an actual, like, I don't know, what do people play these days? A Nintendo Switch. A lot of people, some people are on PlayStation, some people are playing on. Someone's coding in the car. Jenny Mac coding on the move. I love to see it. Hi Star Girl. Hi Real Gamer. Hi Business. Everyone's happy to be happy. Everyone seems happy to be here. Hope we deliver. Lots of fun coming now in this lesson. You've probably seen it already in the description, but we're doing a space oddity lesson. And this is like a real kind of retro game. It's something that probably is like a throwback to kind of old arcade games, things that you would have seen years ago, but also that would have been good mobile games early on. So hopefully everyone at the end of this will be able to have their own version of the game. And I'm hoping that this kind of game is really good for customizing your own version. So we'll all come out with the same project after however many steps we're going to be doing today. So like 8 or 9 or 10 steps. And then I'm hoping that we can kind of explore around, have a look at if anyone comes up with something really cool, a different twist to your game, something like that. I'd love to see it. That's where you kind of really kind of see the coolness and see the creativity in people's projects. And we're using MakeCode Arcade today. So really easy to share projects. So at the end of this, hopefully we'll finish up 10, 15 minutes early. Give ourselves a good bit of time to have a look at other people's games, see what they do, see if we can kind of learn from other people's projects and things like that. But we've got loads of time. I hope everyone's feeling good today. I've got a good few people in today. Welcome, everybody. Let me just pull this up. I better show the code so everyone can see it. This code should be showing, or the instructions should be showing on your screen now. If they're not, try refreshing the page. It might just reload it and help it pop up. Without further ado, I'm going to click into gear. Mobile hotspot, it's not fit. Oh my God, debate's going on in the chat. So I'm going to start sharing my screen, guys. I know most of you guys have done this before, and you probably heard Alan before I came on. But how this is going to work, if you haven't done it before, the instructions are there beside me. You've probably seen them. You've probably had a read through them yourself. But my function here is that I am going to give you a bit of a guide, give you a bit of a demonstration of how to make each step, how to make it work the best as possible. Sometimes there's people who have questions during the lesson. If you do have any questions, put them in the chat or put a thumbs down emoji, and I will try and get to you as quick as possible. Or someone in the chat, often is someone in the chat able to solve the problems as quick as I can. So I'm going to share my screen, guys, and we're going to get working on this project together. Share screen. And I should be up and running. I hate having this screen off because it's like an infinite thing. So space dodge. In this step-by-step lesson, students will learn to make a thrilling space dodge game using MakeCode Arcade. They will design a spaceship, control its movements, asteroids, set up game mechanics such as lives and collision effects. This lesson provides a fun and interactive way to learn coding concepts. So lots of stuff there. We've kind of done a lot of this kind of things before, but this is kind of a new angle on it. So who I have on today, I have Real Gamer, I've got Stargirl, I've got Moonboy, Dr. Sigma's back with us, Zimo Juno is back, Master Column, good to see you again. Matt Tao, I don't know if I've seen you before. You're a newcomer. Looking forward to Ushwi. It's always kind of hard to say. Dano Suk, there you go. Business, Andre, and Sham. So lots of people here. I'm missing the instructions. Let me just show steps. We should be seeing steps. Oh my goodness gracious. I'll try to reload the screen. There we go. So step one, as always, is just our introduction step. Welcome to Space Dodge. In this lesson, we'll learn to control a game in MakeCode Arcade. Okay, so this is kind of the lesson that the game we're kind of hoping for at the end of this. So we are controlling the rocket. There's asteroids and comets kind of flying towards us. We're going to try and avoid the asteroids. So maybe if there's people who've done other lessons before, you might be able to add in extra elements like, shoot lasers and things like that. So our first step, as always, guys, is we're going to make our new project. So if you've done this before, great, you know what to do. If you haven't, you can just click on the link that's in the Coding Ireland's page. That'll take you straight to MakeCode Arcade, which is a brilliant website. It's like Scratch. Here's all our other ones. You click on New Project. You do not need a login, although if you want to, you can make one. Space Dodge. My lesson's going to be called. Oh my gosh. If my spelling was any worse, you'd not understand what I was trying to say. So I've created my new project, Space Dodge. I'm going to enter that in now, and you should enter into your fresh project screen once it loads up. How are you so fast? Are you a bot? A lot of people there. Real Gamer, fire away while I'm waiting for this load up. My internet seems to be a bit laggy today. And you should end up on this screen, guys. When you do, as always, click on the done so that we know who has finished what step and we know what awards we get. I have got the fashion series for this step and I am getting earmuffs. A very fashionable statement. Let me know in the chat what you get. If you get anything cooler than the earmuffs, I'd like to hear about it. And I'll let you in on what we're doing today. Well done, business. Keeping up well today. Oh, actually, loads of people have done that step already. Well done. So, our first step today basically is we're going to create the spaceship sprite. So, in this game, we will control Master Colin. Not mad on the old Google Meet. I think the chat is good enough for us here, and everyone will be happy enough typing into that. What quiz are we doing? Oh, I'll have to let you know. I'm going to do a general knowledge quiz. Real Gamer. That's my quiz this week. I've done a lot of the music quizzes over the last few weeks, so I'm trying to get back to basics. So our first step is we need to design a new sprite. So we're going to have to add this little piece of code. On start, set spaceship to sprite of kind player. Now what we're going to say is this is in sprites. Set sprites to, and it's got a lot of blanks in here. So I'm going to change the name of it to, I'm going to rename to spaceship. If you want to give your spaceship a title, you can. And I'm going to draw a spaceship. Now you have to draw your own spaceship. I'll give you a few minutes for this because it'll take a while to get that sorted. If you want to be good. This is a good way to practice though. So your spaceship, you will want it to be kind of white because our background is going to be black. So it's important to want to see your spaceship. I always think a triangle is a good design. Something like this. Now this won't be that's not too bad. Make sure it's nice and colored inside. If you want to add any extra designs, this is the time to do it. If you want to add flames coming out of the back, I'm going to do that because I think it is cool. And then yellow on the inside. I always think it looks nice. If you want to add any other things to your spaceship, now is the time. I'm going to add windows maybe. But I don't want it to look like a face also. I think that looks good. Then click done whenever you're finished, and it should appear on your virtual Game Boy on the left-hand side of the screen. Yeah, I am happy enough with that. That looks pretty good to me. But you need to design your own spaceship. It can look whatever way you want. You can take inspiration from a spaceship if you want. If you can try, you have very limited space to work with because it is in pixels. But if you want to try and do a Millennium Falcon from Star Wars or anything like that, be my guest. And I am completing this step. I'm getting an award from Sports Series. A shuttlecock. Right. We must be running low on sports emojis to give out. So when you've done that step, guys, click complete because that's going to take you a few minutes. I'll need to keep tabs on who's at what step there. Got a bit of creativity coming out here. Well done, Stargirl. I'll be really interested to see people's spaceships at the end of this. That's going to be an interesting part of this. Normally in Scratch or MakeCode, we kind of use things from the gallery. But when people are designing their own, I bet you there's going to be some pretty cool designs. And I will give you your first quiz question in about 1 or 2 minutes. I just want to give people time to design those spaceships. I don't want to rush anyone. Oh, well done, Master Column. He's flying it. Simo Juno, well done. Lads, we are rocking it today. Everyone's on task. We all seem to be working at the same pace. That's crazy. We've never once achieved this. If you want, you can add different things in the demonstration. We have different colors going on in the spaceship. I think mine is nice. Mine's simple. I suppose if you wanted to, you could add a little bit of color around the outside, which maybe is no harm. Bit of like a shadow. But I'll be really interested to see what you guys come up with. As always, there is a rubber up here if you do make any mistakes up on the top left-hand side. So if you do make a mistake in your spaceship, you can go back and fix it. No big deal. There you go. A little bit of an outline of mine. Won't make a huge difference to it. I think you barely see it at all. And okay. Real Gamer, if your channel is frozen, you might refresh the page. That sometimes kind of clicks it back up. Because since you got bowling pins, I'll swap you my one. My one was like a badminton thing. And the first question of the day, to get people going. I think a lot of people have finished that step, so I'm going to ask the first question of the day. And remember, it's important to be fast. It's more important to be right. So don't just slap down the first answer you think of. Make sure it's right. And your question is, what is the largest planet in the solar system? So people who've kind of covered this before, a lot of people are here going, actually, you know what? This is very fitting. A very fitting question for this lesson because we are doing a space game. And we need to know what is the largest planet in the solar system. It is, here we go. Zimo Juno has shot ahead into the leaderboards. Well done, Zimo Juno with Jupiter. Moonboy says sun. It's not a planet, I'm afraid. It's that's a star, actually. I think the sun is. Oh my god, so many texts coming in now. If anything is pro, Master Colin, you're flying. Well done, Dr. Sigma. Got that. Everyone always gets so excited when they're doing their answers. They're like firing it into the chat. Well done, everyone who said Jupiter there. The sun is a star, unfortunately, for some people who guessed that. It is not a planet. I wouldn't fancy living on the sun. I get bad enough sunburn as it is in Ireland. I can imagine myself on the sun. So naturally enough, guys, it is a I think you're going for Dwarf Star, is it? Venus, I don't know if it's a Dwarf Star. Anyway, let me know. So our next step, guys, is we need to control the spaceship with the, what would you call it? The joystick, I suppose, or on the Game Boy. Yeah, he was going for that. So we need to add a little bit of code that will help us to control the spaceship with our joystick. Now, this is kind of you've kind of done these kind of codes before. We need to just simply to add 2 pieces of code to this. We want to say on the controller setting, you can just shuffle this in. And actually, they kind of save a lot of work here on MakeCode Arcade. All you need to do is click that little button here. Now, it's giving me an exclamation point here. And I wonder, could any of you guys tell me why it's giving me? Why is it giving me an exclamation point? What's the error with my code right now? Can anyone tell me that in the chat? Actually, I can have the chat up on my other screen, so I'll be able to see even if I'm not watching. I can't. It's giving me an error screen. Why is it giving me an error screen? Can anyone tell me? This is like another fastest figure question. What's wrong with my code? Finding bugs. Okay, it doesn't seem like anyone's up in there. Yes, Real Gamer, well done. So the name of the sprite is wrong. So I've called this one Spaceship. And I need to, this one's called My Sprite. That's the name of it. So we need to change the name to match. So they both need to say Spaceship. So if you do that, you should start being able to move your guy. Now the issue with it is, if we go now, he'll fly away way off screen. So we want to add one little extra piece of code that'll just keep him on the screen, and it's in the blue section. Set Spaceship to. It's in sprites actually. It's just a little bit further down. Yeah, here it is there. And again, same thing again, sets the spaceship to stay on screen. So now you should be able to hit the edge of the screen once it loads up, and he'll just kind of stick there. He won't go any further. So that's your next step, guys. Can you go and work ahead on that? And tell me, what am I going to get here? The writing series. A quote right. Oh, it's in like a quotation marks. That is very specific. Some of these awards are crazy. Well done, everyone who was able to figure out what was wrong with that. That's a big skill in that, is figuring out what's wrong with code and going back and fixing it. Because a lot of people are able to kind of throw down code, but then as soon as something goes wrong, it's like panic. It's like walk away from your computer and you're like, I'm never doing that again. So to be able to find out what's wrong with a piece of code or recognize it from looking at it, that's really important. Well done, everyone who is flying it. Well done, Master Column. Master Column, I'm going to be looking at people's code at the end of the game. If you want to hang around till then, I would love to see it, check out your game. I'm going to ask a question. People seem to be doing well in that step. Here's one, right? And this is a real fastest kind of who can type the fastest in here. How many days are in January? Who can tell me how many days are in the month of January? Oh, Master Column is a game go. That's deadly. I love the game goes. They're so cool. I'm getting a lot of wrong answers. That's all I can say. It's not 7. It's not 30. Master Column. It is 31. And Moonboy just 2 seconds behind him. Just behind that Zimo Juno. You're only 4 seconds. Just to show what Master Column is talking about here, he's saying his game go. He's downloaded his game onto his game go. A game go is this. It is like it's an actual physical device. You can hold it. And a bit like the microbit, you design your game using, oh my God, do you have ads on this website? You design your game in MakeCode Arcade, and then you can download it onto these devices. It's really cool. And Now this one's kind of expensive. I don't think they're that expensive normally. If you, I don't know, if anyone has a birthday coming up or anything like that, it is really cool because it means all your games that you have from Makeout Arcade you can get. We don't actually sell them on Coding Ireland, but I think we gave them out as a prize. Actually, Master Column, I think we sent one out to you maybe. How do I convert SB3 to UF2? Master Column, I have no idea. You might have to give that a search on Google to find out. They might have more information than I would. While you're already miles ahead, so you have a bit of time now to figure that out. Right, guys, next step is we need to set the number of lives. So this is easy, only one piece of code. It's this little pinky kind of block, set life to 3. So now this is it in info? Yeah, it is. Info, set life to 3, so it's down there. That little kind of peachy pink shade. What you should see on the screen after you do that is 3 love hearts. They're your lives in the classic video game kind of way. Hearts are always your lives. So right now we've got the basics for our game set up. We have the rocket ship moving around the screen. We have our live system set up. You'll realize we do not have any bad guys, which obviously will be our next step. But we're well on the way. I'm really looking forward to seeing your guys' spaceships because that's going to be really cool. And just click done on that step to see Christmas series, very out of season. Holiday lights, like to see it. I hope everyone is doing well today. I'm going to give you a question. It's going to be hard. SB3 is Scratch and UF2 is Arcade. Oh, Master Column, you're wondering how to convert Scratch to that type of code. I'm not sure if you can. I'm not sure if there is an option for that. I'm sure, Master Column, my best bet would be going to YouTube. There's a lot of very clever people on YouTube who put up tutorials of those kind of things. If it is possible, and I'm not 100% sure that it is possible, definitely they don't advertise it in the game goes that they do convert from Scratch. We got it from HTML. Oh, that's cool. You might be able to convert that then into your new type. So my question now, guys, once you guys have finished step 5 and you've completed that step, which I'm not seeing a huge amount of people doing. People are forgetting to click their dones. And my next question is, what device measures temperature? What kind of instrument would you use to measure temperature? To see how hot, or if you're living in Ireland, how cold it is. Zimo Juno is just the man on his keyboard. He is flying it. He's just killing it. Makes no mistakes. Beats 2 seconds. Oh, here's everyone else there now. Dr. Sigma, Moonboy, Stargirl, well done. Everyone in there. And you know what? I'm very impressed with your spelling. That's all. That's a tricky word to spell. So well done, everyone who got the answer to that one. You're all flying it. You all must be flying it on your spelling tests. So we've done step 5, guys. We've done step 5 out of, let's check here. 5 out of 10, basically. It's about halfway. We're exactly on time for this lesson because we want to leave it here. Bees saying he is probably a bot. I don't think he is a bot. I think he's just quick, which I think maybe that's a compliment, Zimo Juno. You're so fast that you're being accused of being a bot. He is too fast. Right, I'm going to move on to the next step before row breaks out. This is another designing step. So we designed our main, I don't know why this keeps popping up. We've designed our main character to be the spaceship. Now we need to design our second character, our enemy in this game, who is the comet. So the rock. Where is Set Life 2? Set Life 2 Real Gamer is in info. So it's that kind of peachy colored one. It's if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see Set Life 2. So we need to design a new game. So we're going to add this on, let's say, game. And it's on game update every, starts off at 500 milliseconds. And that's every like half a second. I'm going to up that to 1000, which is 1 second. So every second rather than 1 second. Although if you want to make your game more difficult, you will make that more. You'd make it a lower number because then it will be more often. So now we're going to set sprite. Set, and we're going to rename it asteroid. New variable. Oh, sugar. Rename variable asteroid, which is also a tricky word to spell. Let me just double check that I spelled that right. I think I did. Of sprite, and we're going to make a kind enemy. Now, here's the part that you're going to have to do a bit of work on. You need to design your asteroids. So it's kind of hard to know. How do we draw it in this? We left it very kind of gray. I think I'm going to go for that one. It's kind of white. You want this to be whatever size you want, really. It'll have to be colored all the way in, or else it'll just show the background. It'll just be an outline. So make sure you color in the background, color in all the steps. And what you can do to make it kind of nice, rather than just like a snowball, is you get one of the grayish kind of colors, and you kind of do like squiggles on the inside, because that kind of makes it look like it's an asteroid rather than just I've kind of made a smiley face. Rather than just like a snowball, this kind of makes it look a little bit more like what it's supposed to, like an asteroid. So you'll see that popping up. I think that's pretty good. I'm happy enough with that. But if you're not happy, you can go back in, you can change it again, you can edit it, that's fine. So then go down, click done, and claim your awards. Animal series. A ram. That's not too bad. I've seen worse. So a bit of work to do there, guys, because you have to design your asteroids. So take your time. There's no rush. What did we do here? We did the editor's actually changed since we uploaded these videos. It's slightly different now, isn't it? Very slightly. Just have a look around the gallery, make sure there isn't an asteroid we could use from stock. You could use a shark if you want. You can use these kind of things, but I don't know. You're probably better off to make your own. These guys are funny. Might choose them another time. So when you do that, guys, just make sure you click done. And we'll all keep moving forward together. Well done, Zimo Juno. Well done, Stargirl. Well done, Master Column. Well done. Who else do we have here? Moon Boy. Well done, Dr. Sigma. That's me. Well done, Stargirl. Few people kind of getting a bit taken for granted the old click and step done. They won't get their credit, their XP that they're deserving. I suppose I'll give you a question. Keep you guys busy. Great. Great question. You should know this, but if you don't, you'll learn it now. What does water turn into when it boils? So after water is boiled, what does it turn into? I don't know why it gives me this. I bet Zimo Juno is quick in here. Air, Stargirl. I was probably looking for the other answer that Dr. Sigma gave me there. Vapor, says Real Gamer. Yeah, I suppose vapor is good. It does turn into a gas. Moon Boy's quick in there with steam. Yeah, I was looking for steam. Humid water is not quite what I was looking for there. Well done, Coder Rocket. Got it right there. Loads of right answers coming in there. I was looking probably for steam. Now, there's a few people gave me vapor, which is fair enough. It does turn into vapor. And gas, that's also not wrong. But I suppose when we're talking specifically about water, we tend to say steam. Bonus point, can anyone tell me what temperature water has to be to turn into steam? What temperature does water reach before it turns into steam? Oh, Dr. Sigma's been listening. He's not skipping his science lessons. 100 degrees. 100 degrees is all it needs. It's not real gamer. You're boiling your kettle too hot. So it's 100 degrees. So when you're outside, it's a lovely sunny day, and it's 20 degrees. If it was 5 times hotter, your water would turn into steam. And we'd probably not be in great condition, I would say, if we reached that high. We've had some nice summers, but never that nice. So we're going to go on to the next step here, guys, which is set their position. We basically want the asteroids to start on the right-hand side of the page and move across. Obviously, you've seen the game in the introduction. And we're missing a piece of code here. Where is it missing on my other screen? What is it missing for you guys? It's definitely missing for me. Anyway, I can probably work around it. I think my browser's kind of having issues at the minute. Wait here. Oh, that's why it's doing the constant updates. I actually have it on my other screen. So if it's not loading for you guys, have a look at my screen. I'll be able to remember. So what we need to do is actually only one piece of code. It's in sprites. We're going to go the position. So set, and we're not calling it my sprite. I need to change the name. Set asteroid position to, and I want to say X is going to be 160. Now that's because 160 is like the right-hand side of the screen. So you can see it actually popping up there in the top right. Now, remember we talked about this a few weeks ago, the X and Y axis. X is across, Y is up and down. The Y-axis, we don't want it to always be on the same place because that'll be a really boring game because you'd avoid the asteroid far too easily. So we need it to kind of randomly appear up and down. So the Y-axis needs to be random. So to do that, what we're going to do is go into the maths section, the purple one, and we're going to go scroll down to pick random. We're going to tell the game to pick a random number between 0 and 120. When we do that, what you'll see is the game here pops up and you'll see asteroids just kind of randomly appearing along the right-hand side of the screen, which is exactly what we want. So when we do that, we're going to say complete. And every time you go into your game, you should see random asteroids popping up on the right-hand side of the screen. If you're doing that, you're doing well. Andre, have you... you must have finished the lesson and then gone back. Well done. Well done, Stargirl. Well done, Zimo Juno. Well done, Business. Well done, Coder Rocket. Everyone's flying it today, guys. That's it. Now I know what that is. That's telling me my code in Ireland screen hasn't fully loaded. Sorry, we're turning your Scratch game into an app. Oh, into an app, right? Master Column, good man. Oh my God, look at this. I'm flying solo here. They're not loading for me. It's okay though. I have a second screen. Actually tells me the code. So right now we can definitely see our game start to take shape, starting to come together. We have the asteroids, we have the rocket. We just don't have the moving asteroids, and we don't have kind of the shooting things which we would like to get. But I'll ask you another question to keep you on your toes. I don't want you to get too comfortable. It's an easy one. I think everyone should get it. We'll see. How many legs does an octopus have? Probably an easy question, but more of a speed test. Zimo, June, and Stargirl actually tied the exact same second. You guys said you both sent it in on 33:47. Well done. So it's a tie for the lead there. The Moon Boy, Dr. Sigma, Real Gamer says 0. I don't believe so. I was only going to give you credit because the 0 kind of looks like an 8. But unfortunately, you won't get the credit for that one. I didn't look at my award for this, actually. A root. So well done. I'll give you one more question here. It's a good question. It's a good question, and it's one that never made sense to me. Do you know what glass is made from? What material is glass made from? It's something that really kind of confuses me. How do they take this material and turn it into glass? And if you don't know this one, it's a really fun fact. Oh, it might have stumped you. Don't know if anyone knows this one. People furiously looking up on Google now. I'm going to tell you the answer. The answer is sand. So when next time you're walking on the beach, think about how all that sand underneath you could be turned into glass. What they do is they like crush it really, 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 really tight together, and it turns into glass. Don't ask me how exactly they do that. You'd have to ask someone a lot cleverer than me. But yeah, it's a funny one. Glass is made of sand, which is funny because whenever you get like a drink that has sand in it, it's always awful tasting. So there you go. Is my chat working there, guys? You're all very quiet. Okay, guys, I'm going to move on to the next step here, which is that we want to move our asteroids from the right hand of the screen to the left hand of the screen. So we want them to move across the screen. Stargirl says we all said sand. I think there was a bit of a delay in my feed there. Sorry, my phone was buzzing off. I'm going to put it on silent. No, sorry about that. Sorry, I have my chat just wasn't updating. I think this feed is a little bit slow. Let me just reload this. Close the video window. Everyone's giving out to me that they said sand. You're all right, Stargirl. Actually, you were the first one in with it. You all said that you were right. You all did do that. Good job, and you're all right. You were correct. It was a lag in my side. So the next part, we want to set our velocity. So this means that the asteroids move from the right-hand side of the screen to the left. So it's actually kind of handy. I thought this would be a big step, but it's pretty easy. All we need to do is set the velocity. So we do this in sprites. We go down, and it's actually the third option down. Set my sprite velocity to something, something. So we just grab that out, attach it to where we are now. Right now it says spaceship. I want to change that, make sure it says asteroid. And we need some change to a bit of random here. So we want some of them to go faster than others. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to maths. I'm going to go back down to that, pick a random. And I'm going to say Vx. Vx meaning velocity for the x-axis. And we want to say -20. So it's the lowest speed it can go. And the fastest it can go is -120. Sorry, 100. Probably fast enough. We're saying negative because it's moving from right to left, which is that way. Now you'll see all my asteroids are moving down still, which is no good because we actually don't want them to move at an angle. We just want them to go 0 on the x-axis. Now, again, another thing if you want to make your game harder is do change that. And it's actually kind of cool. You can see our game starting to take shape here. The asteroids are all coming out very fast. And we'd have to avoid them in our spaceship. Of course, the issue is if we do hit an asteroid, there's no punishment, which we will have to fix. But that's a great start to the game here. So make sure you go back in and click done. Check out your award. The summer series, you're a swimmer. I hope we get a summer this year. Don't always in Ireland, so we're not always given it. Not always blessed with a summer. Everyone talking about their favourite animals. Otters. Well, someone told a joke today, did they? Tentacles. I remember hearing that joke. Very good. Looking forward to seeing your projects, guys. We're near the end of this project. We're nearly there. Before you can start doing some cool stuff on your own and showing off your cool coding skills. I think we are all kind of together, more or less. I'm going to ask one question before going on to the next one. Hopefully, I get your answers. Next question is, what do pandas eat? What do pandas eat? Well done, Master Column. Well done, the quiz. Ah, Moonboy has struck hard. He's got it right. Well done. Bamboo. Which I wouldn't fancy eating, but who am I to judge? Maybe if you put some ketchup on it, it might not be too bad. Well done. Everyone's flying us today, guys. Dr. Sigma's even taking track of everyone's times. All the asteroids are stuck on the right-hand side of the screen, says. Is that Dr. Sigma? Real Gamer, just double check step. What was this? Step 8. No, mine's not popping up. But my thought is that you probably are missing this step here. Here, actually, I probably know what you've done. Did you click -20 and -100? Because that's what we're telling the asteroids to move that way. Otherwise, they will keep moving to the right. So you need to say -20 and -100. I would imagine that's what the issue is, but it might not be. So let me know if that helps. Okay, guys, we're going to go on to one of the final steps. Is auto destroy. So we want, as you kind of keep this going, Real Gamer, you said you did. Okay, Real Gamer, I'm going to come back to your game. I'll have a look at your game now in a second. Just double check everything matches up to the demonstration in the code here. I did. It did not. Double check that it matches up. I'll have a look now in a minute. The next step is just that if we keep the game running for ages and ages, basically those asteroids don't delete. They just build up and up and up. And eventually your game will start slowing down because it's trying to keep track of asteroids that are miles gone. So we need to say when like the asteroid goes off the screen just to delete it, so it doesn't need to remember it. Have we done that? Sorry, I skipped a step there. Which is just set asteroids to auto destruct. So it's a pretty easy step. It is in our sprites. And we just want to say, look, there's no point in that sprite hanging around. We go down to the sprites, you'll be able to see auto destroy. Set that to asteroid. Auto destroy on. Now this means, look, every time an asteroid goes off the screen, they just kind of blow up. You won't see it, but it stops remembering them because otherwise they last and they build up and they clog up your game and it gets really slow. So that's an easy step. Just kind of click that over there and click done. Dr. Sigma will have a look at your game now in a few minutes, okay? Zima Juno, if you can share your game in now, do this. You'd have to click this button up here in MakeCode Arcade. It's next to the house. This will give you a URL, a link. You copy that, and you can paste it into the chat like this. You just paste it like that. Then I'll be able to click into it and have a look at what's going on. Sometimes it's just a simple mistake. Sometimes it's just you need to reload it. Sometimes it works on my screen and not yours, which is annoying. All right, guys, I'm going to go on to the next step because I want to try to give it a bit of time to customize at the end. Real Gamer. I'll have a look at that now. I'm just going to do this one last step, okay? So this is just a new piece of code. We want to say if a sprite of kind player overlaps with other sprite of kind enemy, paste, you can right click. As you know, if you click right click, you get those options. Paste is one of those options. Stargirl. I'm sure your project is brilliant as well. So we want to say if sprite of kind player overlaps with other sprite of kind enemy, destroy the other sprite with fire effect and camera shakes and change lives by -1. So that sounds very complicated. It's actually not that hard because we've done a lot of this kind of stuff before. It's in sprites. It's a little bit down, but it's here. We just need to make sure all the names are right. So we want to say if sprite of kind player overlaps other sprite of kind enemy. We want to say destroy. Here he is here. Destroy, and we want to destroy the other sprite. So destroy it. Oh god. Let me see if I can get rid of him. Is there another destroy I can use that has the... Oh yeah. That one doesn't either. It doesn't quite match up with what I have on the instructions page, but it might be okay. I'm going to pull this here. Actually, that might work. Oh my goodness. That's not what I'm looking for. Sorry, guys. Just let me pull this here. I'm just trying to keep up with the chat here as well. You're offline, guys. All helping each other out. It's nice to see. And let me just check this here. No, we're going to have to use this one. So, of sprite of kind player overlaps other kind of kind enemy. Destroy other effect. So that's in sprite again. Destroy. And then click the add to add the spray effect for, I'm going to say 200 milliseconds. I think it's long enough. And I'm going to say fire effect. Now you can kind of do your own thing for that. We don't want to destroy a spaceship. We want to destroy the asteroid with effect thing. Because that's saying like, you know, that's the other sprite. We'll keep it there. And we want to say camera shake because the camera shake will, it'll be like add to the effect of the damage being done. And then change life by 1. Or change score by -1. So we don't want to get a life every time you get hit. That would defeat the purpose. So just check that out. If you make a big screen, you should be able to control your sprite there. If I get hit, oh, I just killed a random one. Oh, slight error in my code. Oh, I have a score here. Actually, I must have made a little bit of an error in my code. I shouldn't say change score. I should say change life by -1 instead. So your life should kind of start to disappear. Right, guys, that is kind of the end of the lesson. Sorry, I kind of rushed through the end there. I'm going to just click done. If you guys can kind of copy this code down, your game should be working. That's the last step. Now, I'm just kind of finishing up quickly because I want to have a look at people's games. Some people are saying they have issues I want to have a look at. And then if you want to customize your game, there's a bit of a challenge down here. So make the game move faster. Change the code to asteroids move at a higher speed. And you can kind of add projectiles as well. Zimo Juno, now I'm going to have a look at your project. Zimo Juno, watch my screen exactly, okay? So Zimo Juno, I'm going into this. This is my project. This is going to get the share to it. I'm going to click this button up here. Click on it. You can call it whatever you want. I don't really mind. Click share project and copy that link. Click this button, copy. Okay. Then go back to your Coding Ireland. Go into the chat. Now here you click on the message. You can right click, which is the one that gets all these up. Or you could right click and go down to paste. And that'll give you it. Or you can click it. You can click Control V. That'll also work. So both of those will work. Right click is when you click the bottom right hand side of your touchpad. Are you using you're using a laptop? So the very bottom right hand side of your touchpad, if you right click like that, you should kind of get this little information. You probably always click it by accident. So if you click that, you should get these options here. The first one is emoji, but you can just get into paste and I'll be able to have a look. Now, just while you're doing that, Real Gamer, I'm going to have a look at your one. I want to see the code. Edit code, sorry. Okay, right. Let me have a look around here now. So you're saying the enemy is asteroid. Ah, very good. Ah, I can see. Who said this? Real Gamer. The very issue I was talking about earlier on. You have here set asteroid to this. You've said set asteroids to position to the right hand side of the screen, and then you're next to. You said set the velocity of Sam the ship instead of the asteroid. So you need to change those to asteroid. And once you've done that, you reload your game and then start moving across the screen instead. I love your spaceship. It's deadly. But obviously your game is working because I am crashing out hard here. I'm doing some serious damage to your spaceship. But that's all it is. It's only 2 little small pieces of code. Don't worry. You've done everything else perfectly. Well done. Zimo Juno. Okay, Zimo Juno, here's my next piece of advice. If you have copied that link from your MakeCoder thing, if you click into the chat as if you're going to type a message, you'll see a button on the keypad that says CT or L. It should be near the bottom left hand side. CT or L. If you hold that down and click the letter V, it should paste your link in here. So try that there. Try clicking the chat. Click the CT or L, that's control. Hold it down. Ah, very good. Jesus, I want to have a look at your game. Everyone's full of praise. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Zimo Juno, will you just try do that again? Maybe just post one. It doesn't seem to be sending to me as you have it. Or maybe it'll grab this section of it. I think it's kind of repeating on itself. Yeah, that one looks better. Yeah, great. Well done. So let's have a look at your code. I'm seeing edits very quickly. I'm seeing a banana themed game, which nothing wrong with that. It's a very well drawn banana, I have to say. Looks the part. I'm trying to neaten your code a little bit. So what's the issue? You have bananas appearing on this side of the screen, but they don't seem to be moving across. Okay, so if I was ordering your code, I'd say it like this. That's all looking good. Your spaceship looks good. On every something. Ah, okay, right. Zimo Juno, these should be the same piece of code, okay? So you could have this attached to this. I would get rid of this piece altogether. Oh my god, you have 3 times. Okay. So this is all you should need. And we'll get rid of that. You kind of have the same piece of code like 3 times. And what's not working here is that let me just check this. I feel like your VY is going to be an issue here. That's your velocity. Sorry, my code is a bit slow. I don't think my Wi-Fi is being a little bit slow today. Every 1 second. Ah, right. Okay, I do see. Sorry, you have your set banana position to X0. That needs to be X. It needs to be the right-hand side of the screen. So instead of that being what it is, go back to step. What step was it? Set their position. Back to step 7. So mine's being really slow to load, so you might be quicker doing this on your own. Go back to step 7. It's X160. Let me just double check. And then Y is random. So X has to be 160 because that means it starts on the right-hand side of the screen. Okay. So now if I reload your game, the bananas are popping out on that side. Okay. So Zimo Juno, if you can go back, just continue from step 6. You're doing everything right. Just small mistake there. And they're easy mistakes to make. Don't worry too much about that. I like the banana idea. Does that make sense, Zimo Juno? Would you be able to do that? My edits won't save on your screen, so you'll have to go back. No problem at all, Real Gamer. Well done. Business, I'm going to have a look at your game because everyone is raving about it. A 2-player game. How did you do this? Oh my god. Oh, how did you get the health bar? That's so cool. That's brilliant. Wow, Business, that's amazing. I feel like I've been upstaged with my lesson. Business rolling everything he's done. Just like art. What's the code? Oh, what's the code? You can actually check it if you wanted to, if you were interested in looking at Business's code. You could check it out in looking at his project and then checking the code. That is an option you could do. My computer seems to be lagging. My video seems to be working still. So if I'll have a look at your code, actually. It's a good point. It is worth looking at. If I look at Zimoji or Business's code. Imagine there's a lot going on here. Wow. An awful lot going on. I don't even know how you could do a red screen. I've never seen that. Status bar instead of a life. That's cool. That is very, very good. Well done, well done, Business. Amazing. It's like a real life game. It's like something you can put on the App Store. I'm not sure you could play multiplayer. Maybe you could. I don't think you can play multiplayer online. Maybe you can. But well done, everyone. That's fantastic. Remember, if you get a minute and you're not playing your game, go down here and do the quiz. I'm just going to do my quiz now. It's okay. If it's okay. Yeah. Oh, so Stargirl, you want a question from the quiz? Yeah, you can, of course. What is the purpose of Space Dodge game? If you want to complete this quiz, you get extra points for it. And if you want to mark the whole lesson complete, you get 100 bonus points at the end. And then rate the lesson. It's always nice to kind of get them kind of things in. I'm going to give you a few questions. Host multiplayer game. Oh my god. Okay, I will give you 1 or 2 questions before we leave. It'll take a second to load up. Well done, Andre. Click multiplayer. So you're doing your whole thing on your own here. I'm just slowing you down. Okay. This one's gonna be tough. What's the highest mountain in the world? Does anyone know? Before we wrap up for the day, can anyone tell me the highest mountain in the world? You're all too busy playing your games. Well done. 3 of you, 4 of you, 5 of you. Coda Rocket, Zimo Juno. Stargirl, I think, was first in. Real Gamers in there. Moonboy's in there. Okay, well done. And the last question I'm going to leave you with today before we log off for the week. How many sides does a hexagon have? Can you tell me? How many sides does a hexagon have? Before I log off for this week. This one's a classic quiz question. You always see people, that's the mistake they wanted to fall for. Stagger up. It should be 6 sides in a hexagon. Guys, great job this week. I don't know how many people are online now, but we have that many great games created. Great to see people personalizing them and coming up with their own things. I think people are practicing in their own time, because that's some crazy lessons I've just seen, some crazy games. So well done, everybody. If you're new, or this is your first or second or third lesson, really looking forward to seeing you next week. We're going to be doing, I think make code microbits. If you have one, great. If you don't, that's fine. We can still do it online. Yeah, guys, looking forward to seeing you next week. Another great lesson in store. Well done, everyone, today. Some great lessons. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing there today. Every time you do these, you get so much better. I can see it myself. You guys probably see it in each other. You see it in yourself. You see it in your own games. If you go back to your first few, like, you've come on so far. Well done, everybody. And I will see you next week. Have a great day.